Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. It is time for another shorter video, a weekly update about what I've been stitching on this week. And as you can see, I have my steampunk portal out, the Hadesal Heaven and Earth design stitch along, and yeah, I'm making progress. Again, I'm not aiming to finish the piece because I will not be able to this year. What I am aiming for is to finish the 6 pages so I can get I will then receive the other charts that were part of this SAL, and that is the main goal, and I'm getting there. Like when I finish this diagonal, because the whole whip is gonna, the whole project is about out to here, but I'm not stitching this bit because I'm focusing on just finishing up to here, because that is 1, 2, 3 pages. So once I get up to here, then I will have finished the 3. Up here I have a 4th page here, I have a 5th page, and then I only have to finish the last one to have finished 6. So not this whole diagonal and then like a small bit down here, and then I have completed a little bit more than 6 pages. So yeah, that is what I'm striving for, and I think that I can make it happen. Yes, the steampunk portal stitched on a 25 count, 1/1 full cross, and that is my absolute favorite to stitch full coverage, is 25 count 1/1. I have completed, I think, a little bit over 48,000 stitches, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, progress. And also I bought some more of these because the pink ones are good but a little bit too small, so I did find these on Amazon. So yeah, I'm actually liking these a lot better because they are easier to flip also. So yeah, and I'm just mentioning this because I wasn't really sure in the beginning if I would like these or not. And so when I received these for free with my order from, I think it was Dream Stitch or VIP Cross Stitch, but then I was happy to try them. And again, they are a little bit in the way sometimes, but just keeping all the threads together so they don't get tangled and they get less wear and tear, so to speak. So yeah, I'm happy with these. I'm probably gonna continue using some type of these just to keep the threads in order. But I do again mix and match. So I do like to pull out all the threads that I plan to work with, so I have them loose, so I don't have to unwind and rewind. So these are all my POC threads, and once I completed the sort of the diagonal with that color and then transfer and then park on the other side, that is when I then wind them up. So yeah, but anyway, that's my progress so far. And there's not that many weeks left of the year, but yeah, I think I'm still gonna be able to do it. And I need to I have, like next week, I think I have a couple of days where I really can sit and work on it. So yeah, it's definitely possible to achieve the 6 pages. And like I said, I'm really happy with this chart. It is, I think it's really nice, and a good blend of confetti and color blocks. So yeah, so that's my steampunk portal, and like I said, I am spending most of my time on this now. I did sign up for the SAL for 2026, and hopefully I will be able to get myself a little bit more organized next year, so I don't have to so I don't have to, because this year I did, I don't know, I was maybe a little bit too disorganized in the beginning, which is why I am sort of a little bit, I wouldn't say in a rush, but I do need to spend a lot of time on this just to complete the 6 pages. So next year I do tend to, or I do intend to do it a little bit more of a structure. So I do have a stitch count per week, and I will follow the stitch goal per week a little bit better than I've been doing for this sal. But this is also my first sal ever, so you know, I'm learning as I go, I guess. But I do have a plan for how to make everything work for next year. So yeah, but I did also spend a little bit of time to stitch on other things, because sometimes when you are working on in some areas that are real confetti heavy, it is always good to switch up and do something else. So I did find time to put in some more stitches on Dracula. It's a chart from Lena Ova. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Ada 1/1 with a floss from Dying for Cross Stitch on Etsy. And Lena Ova is also a store on Etsy. And yeah, this is my progress so far. So I sort of did this, I think I did this whole thing here. And yeah, I really like it. I like the thread, and I like the chart so much. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun to spend a little bit time on this one. So that's my progress on Dracula. And I also got to pick out the Wreath of All Seasons, which is a stunning project from Dimensions Gold collection. This used to be a focus piece, but it's not anymore. I'm taking my time with it, and yeah, this is not a very complicated thing, other than that there is a lot of, I wouldn't necessarily call it confetti, but there's a lot of color changes and there are blends and stuff. So this is a type of chart that it's really fun to stitch with, but if you're like me and you kind of, when I do stitch on paper charts, I tend to stitch not on diagonal but on rows or columns, and there are a lot of changes here, so you're sort of poking and re-threading and picking out new colors ever so often. I find that kind of fun and relaxing, and I do like all the different colors, but it does take a little bit of time. It's not like a super quick stitch, this one, but it's very enjoyable because it is charted so well, and the result, how it comes out, is really, really pretty. And this is also stitched on an 18, or is this a 16 count Ada, and 2/1 square double thread. And Dimensions Gold have their own floss, which is, I think, very reminiscent of DMC or Anchor, so it's really nice to work with. I can highly recommend this chart. It is beautiful. Like, you see a lot of variation through the different seasons in colors, and yeah, it's a fun thing. It's a little bit more slow, I would say, for me, but it is enjoyable, and yeah, I'm really liking it. It has taken a little bit of a backseat because just because I have so many other stuff to work on right now, and yeah, so these are the 3 projects that I've been spending my time on. Mostly steampunk, a little bit on Dracula, and a little bit of this. And I'm thinking going forward now to the end of the year, because since I am whipping down and I do want to continue doing that, because I've mentioned this many times before, but since I have a little bit too many whips for my liking, there are some projects that I don't pick up and stitch on, which is a shame. And I do have several of them, especially the full coverage, the Hades one, that I have not actually kind of barely touched this year. And I want to change that a little bit, so that is why I'm whipping down. And I think with my videos I'm going to switch it up a little bit for myself, and we'll see how that works out. But because right now I am doing 3 videos a week, and 2 of those are Stitch with Me's, and those are not that difficult to film. I can do it like whenever I have time. The Flosstube thingies are a little bit more depending on, you know, this weekly update need to be filmed at the end of the week, and like the bigger Flosstubes videos with like the 2-month progression need to be happening after 2 months. So those are a little bit more calendar dependent, whereas the Stitch with Me's I can do whenever. So those are working pretty well. But what I still was thinking about doing is to have, let's say, the Tuesday Stitch with Me's, have that as I do now, which means that I'm just picking up projects as I go. Whenever I feel like I need a break from whatever I'm stitching on, I'll just pick something up that I feel like stitching on, and then put that a bit of it at least on film. But then I was thinking of maybe having the Friday Stitch with Me as a little bit more of a focus piece Friday. And what does that mean? Well, because the stitch along, the SAL, I don't necessarily film it, because since I feel like I need to pick it up as often as I can, sometimes I just pick it up for like half an hour or whatever. Maybe I just want to finish a color, maybe I just want to pick one thread up and stitch a little bit cross country and then park. So that one I do tend to pick up a little bit more like often, and I'm not like, well, sometimes I am sitting down. When I have the time, I am sitting down and really working on it, of course. But what has happened is that I do neglect some of my focus, the focus piece, and the focus piece is important for my whip down. So I think I have decided to spend a little bit more like of the Stitch with Me's, the Fridays one, on my focus piece. So going forward, if you see that it's the same project every week on Fridays, then yeah, that's just the way it is. So I will try that for now and see if I can make some more progress. And the focus piece right now is this one. It is Christmas Tree of Wishes, and I have had it going on for quite a while, because I've only been stitching on this a couple of days in December before Christmas up to now, and I thought this would be a good one to at least, if not finish, but at least make more progress on, so I have a chance of finishing this next year. So you will be seeing this one a little bit more often, maybe every Friday, maybe every other Friday this year. So I'm gonna try that at least and see if it works for me and for you, who knows. But in that way I do get to spend my time on different whips, whatever whips sort of tickles my fancy, but I have a focus piece that I do get to spend my time on, so I get to make progress on whipping down, and then the SAL, the stitch along, that I'm just gonna spend as much time as I need whenever I need, and sometimes do a stitch with me, of course, with the Sal also. But this is gonna be a little bit something that I can pick up and just spend a little bit of time on each day. Yeah, hopefully that will make it possible for me to, one, make progress on the Sal, also make progress on my focus piece, but then also give me time to spend on other stuff, just to give myself a little bit of a break, because I need that. If I feel like I am forcing myself too much to spend time on a particular project too much, then yeah, I can quickly lose interest or sort of get whip fatigue. So yeah, so that's my way of trying to get everything a little bit more organized, and I will start that now already. And if it works, then maybe I will bring that that way in, or system or schedule or whatever. I probably will bring that in to next year. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I think that's it. I will talk a little bit more about the Sal for 2026. I will do that more next week if you have any questions about that. Otherwise, I think I'm done for today's Flosstube. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for now. I am on my way to work, so yeah, I will not have a lot of time to stitch today, but I am hoping for tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off actually. So that will be a really, really nice and relaxing day with a lot of stitching. So for next update, I am hoping to have a lot more progress on my hate cell, maybe on my focus piece also. And then there are some other shirts or some other whips that I definitely want to work on. So I hope maybe if you want to check out my Stitch With Me's on Tuesdays and Fridays. Otherwise, I will see you next Sunday for the next weekly update. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.